Welcome back to In the Box. I'm Sandy Plashkis. If you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at OwnersBox and head down below to like, comment, and subscribe to let YouTube know that we are fire. Welcome back to another episode of In the Box. Today is a very, very exciting day for everyone in the United States. It is the first day of the NFL season. We got the Chiefs, we got the Texans facing off tonight. But before the official first game of the year, we got our 3 NFL fantasy sports insiders in the building today to deliver you all the fantasy advice you will need before the season starts. Today on the show, we're going to talk about top quarterbacks, top running backs, top receivers, some sleepers we like, and then we're going to do picks for division winners and also wild card, and then eventually Super Bowl picks. So we got a full slate of content today for you. Let's get right into it. Where do you guys want to start today? Top QBs?
Yeah, let's go with QBs.
Thanks. I just wanted to mention as well, Canadians love the NFL as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
what
just
was
for our
with that
Canadian
comment.
listeners.
Well, unfortunately, I apologize to our few Canadian listeners. I didn't know. I thought you guys were CFL guys. I mean, you have a Ravens shirt on, so I guess that counts. But before we start, though, can you just stand up for a second and show our...
I thought we said we weren't going to do this.
Now we're here, and we're doing it. Look at that. So can you just explain... all right. He borrowed his... He's got a tape measure on. He borrowed his girlfriend's shorts for this episode, so I just thought...
They're actually mine. It's just they used to be jeans.
All right, perfect. Thank you for being a good sport about that. And we have, these guys dressed like champs over here. These are our 2 experts. They've been studying up on numbers all day, so trust what they say. I think they came prepared to this today. So you guys want to kick it off, either one of you two, with your top quarterbacks and who you're thinking?
I guess I'll go first. So I did a lot of research. This is PPR format. I know that doesn't mean anything for QBs, but at number 1, I got, the guy with a massive contract, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, if anyone else goes anyone with number 1, they're an idiot. Mahomes has shown what he can do. Super Bowl champ. Now he's got this massive contract. He's going to come to play this year.
Nice.
At number 2, shocker, I got Kyla Murray at number 2. Now,
wow.
Before you chirps get thrown around, the reason why I picked him was because he adds Hopkins to the lineup. He now has a running back that fits his system with Kenyon Drake, who's a good receiver, one of the best running back receivers in the league. And I think the Cardinals are going to be a good team this year. I think he's going to produce Lamar numbers this year. That's my projection.
Okay. Well, I don't disagree with him, but let's keep going. I'll give you a review of your list after.
Okay. At 3, I have Lamar Jackson. I do not think he's going to produce the same numbers he did last year. I do think he's going to take a step down this year. I think the playoffs are going to be on his head all year. And I think he's not going to produce the same numbers this year. That's my projection.
Good.
At 4, I have Josh Allen. Might come as a surprise. I don't know why we got laughing here. Josh Allen is a good QB, and he keeps getting better. You add Stephon Diggs to that lineup. Josh Allen is a long ball QB. Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs. Yeah.
Your pronunciation's almost worse than your list, dude.
Stephon Diggs is a long ball receiver, and Josh Allen is a long ball QB. Perfect match. And the Bills are going to be really good this year. So I think Josh Allen, I won't be surprised if he's in top 4 for points.
All right, finish your 5th, and then I have some.
I got Dak Prescott. I think the Cowboys are going to be good, and he always produces every year. He's consistent every year, so I had to put Dak. And then my sleeper /
honorable
mention is Joe Burrow. I think no one's really. Everyone's kind of.
Yeah,
Why did we start with Jared? Shouldn't we have reviewed these first?
No, I like that we didn't know because hopefully everyone of us has different lists. I actually don't hate the Burrow.
Yeah.
I don't like the Josh Allen at 3. I don't think he's a bad quarterback.
No, at 4.
He's at 4.
Yeah.
Even then, it's still he shouldn't be top 5 for the reason that he won. He's athletic. He likes winning. He won the playoff game. He played well, but there's still not. I haven't seen enough from him. I know he's got Diggs in the lineup now. He's got some new players. They have that running back Singletary. What's his name?
Zach Moss, the new guy.
Yeah, but what's
Devin
Singletary?
He's still there, but he's still good. But I don't know. I think they're going to be good this year. I actually have the Bills winning the division. We'll get there, but I do not think he should be in the top 5. I like Joe Burrow as a sleeper because he could go off, but that team, AJ Green's coming back. He's going to be slow starting, I think, in my opinion. But I don't know. Joe Burrow is questionable, and I guess that's why you call it a sleeper.
I think he's an honorable mention because no one's really hyping up Joe Burrow. Like no one's talking about him like he's going to have this amazing year.
For 4 games of the season, he has to go up against 2 top 5 secondaries in Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
Yeah, well, not to mention Pittsburgh's both of their defenses all around are amazing. You know what I mean? So.
I think he's just a guy that, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he shocked people this year.
That's fair. Hey, it's a sleeper for a reason. So, Avery, can you at least do a little bit better than Jeremy did over here? Let's
I'm going to go obvious number 1 for me, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
best football player I've ever seen. No brain pick. If he's healthy, he's going to be an MVP candidate again, just like 2018. Put up ridiculous numbers. Number 2, Lamar Jackson. I agree. I don't think his throwing is going to be as good this year, but he's like the most multi-talented player in the league. Like if he can't throw the ball, he's going to run for 140 yards every time. Like the ability to use his legs becomes super valuable in the fantasy world. Number 3, Kyla Murray, kind of an off-the-board pick. I like his talent as well. Adding Hopkins is good for that offense. And I think he's too talented for a big sophomore slump. And so I'm looking forward to see what he can do. Number 4, Russell Wilson, top 10 player in the league.
I like Wilson.
And once again, the Seahawks will lean on heavily on his arm in this offense. So I expect him to have another big year. And number 5, I got Deshaun Watson. He would be number 3 if the offense was a little more stable. But there's just too many question marks, in my opinion. And the only thing that's not a question mark is how talented Deshaun Watson is.
Yep. We have, so you and I have we have the same players on our list, just rejigged a bit. So I think I'll take this next one. Well, who's your sleeper? Did you say that yet?
Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm. That's a fair. That's where I would have think. Like, realistically, this kid's a Bills fan, so
I wouldn't have him at 6. I just think he's going to have a good year.
Yeah, I think he will. Oh, definitely. I think he'll only get better. That's a true point Jair said here. But top, you said 4. That's pretty insane to me. But anyways, going off what Avery just said, mine's pretty similar. Mahomes at number 1. I don't think anyone at this table doesn't have him at 1. This guy's a.
I'll tell you why too. Just give me a second.
Right.
Holy,
Mahomes at 1.
Feeling disrespect.
I had Russell Wilson at 2. I love Russell Wilson. He is a competitor. No matter what his team looks like, he's had lost offensive linemen. They've been tragic the last year or so. He's always finding a way to, like, he was almost MVP last year. Like, he's always in it. You know what I mean? So I like him. Have a great year again this year at my number 2 spot. My number 3 spot, I put Lamar Jackson. Again, like you guys are saying, I think he'll have a good year this year. Pretty similar to what he had last year. I don't think it will be as crazy, but I think he'll have a little more trouble in the running game, I think, this year. I think defenses will adapt to him in terms of schematics. Like, they're doing a lot of run pass option stuff, which is hard to defend against him. But, you know, those read options that they run with Ingram up the middle where he pulls and goes on the outside, I think defenses will start playing that better. So I don't think he'll have as many rushing yards as he did last year, but I think he'll still have a pretty solid season there. My number 4 spot, I had Kyla Murray as well. I think I was honestly surprised. I didn't think we'd see 3 Kyla Murrays out of us 3 so far. But we're talking fantasy. Like, this is my fantasy list. Yeah. Like, he's going to put up numbers. Yeah. I think that Cliff Kingsbury offense, high-powered. They're going to throw deep balls. They got Hop now in the mix. It's going to be interesting. They got a lot of talent. They got Christian Kirk, too, who people sleep on. Young guy, absolute beast, no branding. And then my 5 spot, I had Deshaun Watson. So how far off were our lists? Our lists were almost identical.
Yeah, very close.
I think Deshaun Watson is going to be good. It's, again, the offensive line issues they've had for years now.
Yeah.
Lost Hopkins. They still have Will Fuller, right? Or did he leave? They still have him.
Well, what do you think of their wide receiver core? You think he gets better without Hopkins? There's no way.
I think he's still going to ball out. I think he'll find a way. He's one of those guys. He's
like Russell Wilson.
Yeah, exactly.
He's still got guys that can catch a football.
Yes. Well, okay. That's not what I was getting at. I just think he's a great athletic quarterback. Like, I wouldn't say like Lamar Jackson's more of a running quarterback. Yeah. I wouldn't say Russell Wilson and Deshaun are more running, even though they do that. They're more, athletic QBs who can get out to the pocket and throw. They're always looking for the throw versus Lamar, who's more run heavy, right? So I think him and Watson and Wilson are very identical in terms of performance styles, but I think he's my 5. And then you guys are going to love this one for my sleeper.
Oh, shit.
Give me someone dumb.
Like Jordan Love.
Baker Mayfield.
I like that.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield, I am bullish on the Browns this year. I took the Browns +9 against your Ravens this week 1. Here's the situation. If the Browns do not cover against the Ravens, I will not be on the next podcast. I'll be on the next podcast that's on. I will sit it out because that is my lock of week 1. The Browns will cover the spread.
Ravens jersey,
the Browns will cover. I'll even better. I'll wear a Ravens jersey on the podcast and say I was wrong. But the Browns will cover the spread week 1, guaranteed.
I like Baker.
That's my list.
He was an MVP candidate last year. Shit the bed, so I think he's bound for a big bounce back season.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
No, he's talking about Baker. Like he
Preseason.
was like people were
preseason.
I was like, excuse me, are we watching a different league?
I mean,
Madden league or what?
he's got weapons and like. I mean, I think he's going to try and prove the haters wrong this year, and I think he's going to come to play.
I absolutely agree. So I like the Browns this year. So that was my list. Go ahead, Dev. Take the floor.
Listen up. There has been respect on this or disrespect on this table for Lamar Jackson. I wrote down the numbers because I think they matter. Last year, this guy, 6th in the entire league for rushing with 1,200 rushing yards. He can regress on that and still be the best by far. Led the league in throwing touchdowns. Led the league in rushing touchdowns. One of the least sacked, least picked quarterbacks in the league, and only played 15 games last year. You can regress on every single stat that he has, and he'll be the best fantasy option for you available. Rushing stats are worth so much. I mean, I don't know what you guys are thinking. Somebody has him at 3?
I have him at 3. I have him at 3. I think
I'm good with that.
I think he doesn't go. I mean,
I would put him at 4. Honestly,
anybody listening disagrees with Lamar at number 1, I will combat you all.
for fantasy
fantasy
football
value.
I think I might even switch him up. I might put him to 4 and put Kyler at 3. That's how bullish I am on Kyler too. So keep going through your list. But
yeah. I have Mahomes at 2. I mean, it's like a 1A, 1B kind of thing. You're not going to go wrong picking either of them, but I think Lamar is, in my opinion, number 1. Number 3 and 4 was kind of a toss-up for me as well. I had a hard time choosing between Dak and Russ. I ended up taking Dak at 3. Their stats from last year are almost identical, and the Cowboys went out and got a first-round receiver for Dak. I think he does really well with that. Their O-line isn't as good as it was, so I think maybe they even shy away from the Elliott game a little bit and try something new this year. So I went Dak over Wilson. And for my number 5, a little bit of a stretch here, but I kind of had so many people that I wanted to put in at number 5. I took Matty Ice.
fantasy, I don't hate it.
I mean, he's
I'm not going to call you crazy for that. No.
If anything, he's consistent. He's got a lot of weapons. They pick up a tight end, finally. They go out and get Gurley. I think that there's nothing that they could do wrong there. And they've been drafting offensive line for the last 5 years. I think that, if anything, you can't go wrong picking Matty Ice because you can get him late, too.
Yeah, you can. That's true. He slipped really, really late. I don't think he got picked in one of my season long. I had a 10-man. I don't think he got picked. So.
And I had Murray as one of my sleepers. The only thing I don't like about Murray.
But he's not really a. I guess he.
Well, I don't think
sleeper.
you can call him a sleeper.
That doesn't really qualify.
Well, okay, I'm not going to say sleeper, but he was
honorable
on my bubble.
mention. That's fair. Honorable mentions more. Because sleeper.
That was the wrong one.
He is high on everyone's board.
Like, almost an issue.
Yeah.
My only issue with Kyler Murray is the fact that I don't think that defense can get him the ball as often as he could use it.
But if you just give up points quickly, he gets the ball back
I think
faster.
they're going to be high-scoring games.
Yeah, I mean they're going to run
Cliff Kingsbury's the coach.
I don't hate the honorable. If it's an honorable mention, it's fine with me.
Yeah, well, and also look at the defense.
Sleeper,
the defenses he's going up against. They're no slouches. I mean, you got Seattle, San Francisco.
But he did well. I mean, watch last year. He picked up Hop. Now top 3 wide out.
Really good. Like I would draft him.
Top 5, I guess. All right, so we had our QB list. We all had pretty different lists, which is cool. Yeah. A little back and forth there. Let's go into running back. So, Jerry, you want to kick it off for the RBs here?
So, for RBs, obviously, McCaffrey is just an absolute beast.
Did anyone not have McCaffrey? Yeah, it started number 2. We all had McCaffrey. If you don't have McCaffrey, you don't watch football.
At 2, I like Barkley. I know a lot of people have him outside 2 this year, I've been seeing. Drafting, but I think Barkley is going to have a strong year this year. Yep. It just depends on if he gets injured. He always seems to have like an injury where he misses a couple games, but if he can stay healthy, I definitely have him at 2. And then because we're doing PPR format rankings here, I have Zeke.
Yeah, that's
right. Zeke,
it's PPR. All of these are PPR because it matters. Because like Derrick Henry wouldn't be in my top 5.
Yeah,
he's not because it's PPR. Yeah. So that's just
so I think Zeke is up there. Zeke and Barkley is like a flip flop. Between you can't go wrong with either one at 2 or 3. And then I have Dalvin Cook at 4. I think he's going to have a big year. And then at 5, I went off the board with Kenyon Drake. Now, the reason why was
huge
it's PPR.
On the Cardinals.
It's PPR. I am huge on the Cardinals.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm not saying you're crazy. I wouldn't put him in my top 5. But
he comes to the Cardinals last year, gets traded, plays phenomenal.
Blows it up, yeah.
And comes up, and even against good defenses, those weren't terrible defenses. He put up 3 touchdowns against 49ers.
He was running, too. He wasn't just catching passes. He was running.
They're giving him the keys to that team now. They signed him. He is the starting running back. I think he's going to have a fantastic year.
All right.
And then my honorable mention is Austin Eckler this year. I think
great fantasy PPR running back.
He was
4th last year.
He had the 4th most fantasy points as a running back last year in PPR format. He was only the starter for what? the first 6 weeks until
Well,
Gordon. Well,
I
they
mean,
flip flop, but he wasn't
He
the
would play.
key
He was
number
still getting
one.
good work.
That was
though.
another 1A, 1B situation
Yeah.
there.
But
And
still, he's still taking snaps away
I
from him in the
don't
long run.
think changing to Tyrod Taylor devalues Eckler because I don't think so. I think it actually values him more.
I'd agree.
I wouldn't say it values him more. I would say it's very similar. If you watch Phil Rivers' play styles, the one thing he's known for his checkdowns, like Tom Brady, who they're big checkdown guys. Phil will get the ball out. He won't eat the sack. He'll dump it off. So that's where you see a lot of catches from Eckler. I think Tyrod's like shorter passes as well, but not on the same level. Phil's the one thing he always has done well is check the ball down, and it's always to a running back or a tight end. So in the Chargers offenses, i.e. Hunter Henry was great last year. He catches a ton of short passes for PPR format. But I don't know. We'll see. I think he's a great honorable mention. I think he'll have a great season too.
All right,
Dave.
my turn. Number 2, I got Saquon Barkley. I think Daniel Jones is really, really shitty. So they're just gonna run.
He's trash, yeah.
They're just gonna run Saquon into the ground again. You said the injuries. It's just because they fucking lean on him 40 times a game almost. Like that's what they need to do.
Absolutely.
So I think they'll just get on the ball as much as they can. Number 3, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, elite
Interesting.
catching back at LSU. And it's a high-powered offense. I can't see them not using him a lot. They like to use the running backs out of the backfield to catch balls, and I think for a PPR format, he's a good pick.
Well,
Yeah.
what percentage of the rushing game do you think he gets over Darrell Williams?
I think they're going to split the rushing game, and for throwing downs, I think he'll be the primary back. Number 4, Ezekiel Elliott, another great catching back behind a good O-line.
Yeah.
They were a great O-line, losing some pieces this year. But I think he's just bound for another great year.
Yeah.
And then number 5, Alvin Kamara. Looking for a bounce back year. Hopefully signs this long-term deal, figures stuff out. And I just think they'll be good. The Saints offense again. Another check down type thing. They can use him a lot. And my honorable mention is going to be Joe Mixon. I don't think
I like that.
Joe Burrow's going to be that great this year. So I think they'll lean on him a lot.
I like that. I like that list. So again, I had some similar. I think everyone's sleepers will be different / honorable mentions, but overall it's pretty similar at the top 5. So for me, we all had McCaffrey. So for my number 2, I had Zeke. I picked him in both my season-long leagues this year, so I'm riding him. I really like him this year. Again, they lost some pieces at O-line. I think I think Dak's gonna have a great year. I think Mike McCarthy's offense. I was a Packers fan, so I know a ton about Mike McCarthy. He's one of those coaches, the head coaches that calls every down. He's calling the offense in Dallas this year. So he's going to be, the running backs are always involved, screen passes, a ton of stuff, which they've always done in Dallas, which has been their thing. But I like Zeke at 2 here. I had Barkley at number 3. Same as you guys. I think Daniel Jones is not a reliable quarterback in any scenario. I think they'll have guys at wide out who they'll do better in the passing game this year. But again, he's going to be getting first, second down, getting just pounding the ball up the middle, doing his thing. So ultimately, we'll see if it lasts. That's going to be his whole MO is if he can stay healthy. But I like him at the number 3 spot just based off his performance over the last few years. So number 4, I had Dalvin Cook as my number 4. I like Dalvin Cook. I had him in fantasy last year. I actually don't like the Minnesota Vikings. I don't like Kirk Cousins, but I think Kirk Cousins is one of those quarterbacks like we've been talking about who likes to throw to the running backs. He'll get a lot of catches. He'll run the ball a ton. And they have a pretty decent O-line, good offense. So I'm bullish on Dalvin Cook as a whole here. And then my number 5, Alvin Kamara. I like the Saints offense. Yeah, again, I'm picking, I got the Vikings offense. I like, the Saints offense. They're good. They're high powered. I don't know. We'll see with the split he's going to get with his injury. Do you guys know any update on that, by the way? How that is?
Kamara's injury?
He had a little hold. He had a train. Remember, he had the training camp thing.
Yeah, he's holding at a training camp because he wanted a new contract.
Yeah,
but they're kind of
like
they're really close.
Oh, he wasn't
on that.
it wasn't health related. All right,
No, he'll be back in. They said he was practicing this morning.
He'll be good. All right. So then, still, you got to stay healthy. Last year he had injuries, so I mean, he's gonna.
We're gonna fucked me last.
Yeah,
year.
we're gonna see. He screwed a lot of people. So we're gonna see this year. I have him the number 5 spot. I'm pretty confident in that. My sleeper this year, Houston Texans own David Johnson.
Oh, baby.
I like David Johnson. See, I did
comeback player of the
sleepers.
year.
You guys did more honorable mentions. If I would have went that route, I would have maybe
I've
not
got a
picked
list
them.
of sleepers back there too.
I like the Joe Mixon pick. Whatever one of you two did that. I think he's going to be
Avery.
real good. Yeah, that was a good one. But for my sleeper, I like David Johnson. I don't think people forget he's been injured. He had a bad injury that sidelined him, obviously. But he was a machine, pass catching.
So good.
Pass catching machine like I've never seen out of the backfield. Down the field, you see him catching fades and stuff. Like running backs just don't do that. Mm-hmm. I think if you can have even 3/4 of that kind of performance that he had, especially with Deshaun too, like I think they can do some dynamic things there. So I like him as my sleeper this year at running back.
I went a little bit different than you guys again. I mean, I have Kamara at number 2 on a kind of like a Hail Mary almost. I mean, it's still top 5. So 2 or 5, I mean, he's still really good. But a down year with 1,300 scrimmage yards, 81 catches, I don't think that that's necessarily bad, and they're considering that a down year. So he comes back from that if he can. I think there's no way that he couldn't be up there with the 1, 2, and 3s. And they drafted first line a guard in Cesar Ruiz. So I think that instead of who the hell's the other guy that they have in that running back? It's anyway, they pumped him up the middle. I can't remember the fucking guy's name. They pumped him up the middle like every single play, and I mean they used Kamara on the passing downs and to throw him outside. I think that he can run behind these guards now, and I think he'll be used a lot more for his bounce back year anyway. Saquon at number 3. You guys listed all the reasons why he should be there, so I'll just kind of skip right by that. But their O-line is absolutely garbage. So, I mean, look for those checkdowns, really.
Yeah, I agree.
Dalvin at number 4. You guys beat me to that one as well.
There we go. Devin, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
The only thing I don't like about Dalvin Cook is the fact that they did get rid of Diggs. So I think a lot of defenses will be looking to drop the safety into the box, and so he's really going to have to take the next step if he's going to want to really make it into the top 5. And then again, I have Eckler at number 5. Reason being, and I know we already kind of talked about it, but do you guys know how many catches he had last year?
He had a lot.
He had 92 fucking catches last year.
Insane. Was that the most?
That's Phil. That's what I'm telling you. Phil Rivers, check down Phil, bro. It's a real thing. Who's the Colts running back this year?
Jonathan Taylor and Marlon Mack.
He's going to catch a boatload of passes, so look out for him. Dude, Phil Rivers is the king of checkdowns. So again, I hit the mic. Sorry, Edward. But that stat surprised me. 92 is those are receiver numbers, bro.
Exactly.
50 less than Michael Thomas.
For the record, that's the same as Devonte Adams, Odell Beckham, DK Metcalf, and Calvin Ridley.
That's a
so
good
he's putting
stat
up he's putting up receiver numbers.
You came to
and
fucking
rushing.
play today. I love. You know what? Your mind.
I have been waiting for the NFL so hard.
Guys, crunching numbers. Hey, we employ status updaters for this reason. These guys are the knowledge of the fucking platform. I love it. You came to party today. We're fired up. Finish your list. Give me your sleeper. Let's move on.
I got a question for you, though.
I'm not done with Eckler. Hold on. To go with his receiving game, he shared the role as running back and still went for almost 600 yards. So, anyway, what's your question?
Shouldn't it be easier for the running backs to catch more balls than a receiver, though? I think it's easier, like a check down play.
It's in the name receiver,
but he's naming like top receiver. He's naming like number 1 receiver. Devonte Adams, top 3 receiver. Yeah. Dude, like that's fucking. Well, he had a down year last year.
Next question, please.
Yeah, that was. I hate to back him up, but that's fine.
My honorable mention is Josh Jacobs.
Yeah,
I like him. Good call.
Throwing that out there, not going to defend it.
I love Gruden. I don't love them as a team, but I love Gruden's offense. Yeah. They're going to air it out. I also like Darren Waller at tight end this year in fantasy. I think he's going to be a beast.
I think some of us probably have him on our list too. But
might have him.
Are we doing tight ends too? I didn't do tight ends. Oh fuck. Well, I'll do it off my head.
Tight ends. Yeah, exactly.
I'm a fucking knowledge base. All right. I don't need any fucking.
Moving along.
All right. Next, receivers. Let's kind of breeze through these quickly. But go ahead, Jer.
I don't have Michael Thomas at 1.
Neither do I.
Neither do I. Whoa, really? I thought you all were going to have him on 1.
No.
Fuck you. Just read your list.
Now, the reason why I don't have Thomas at 1 is he's not going to get targeted as much this year because they added Sanders to that lineup. Drew Brees is getting a little old, but love Drew Brees. Well, and Kamara, you're getting a healthy Kamara, and he's going to get a lot of touches this year. So I think Michael Thomas gets less touches this year. I still think he has a good year. I have him at 2. I have Hopkins at 1. I'm high on the Cardinals. I think he's got fuel to his fire right now. He just signed a contract without an agent. That's freaking. I love that shit.
That's big baller shit.
Yeah,
that's swing your dick.
I had to explain to you what that meant, though.
Yeah, I didn't understand at first. The term they used for that it was
an agent.
Yeah, they used a certain term. What did they say?
What was the term?
No, it said he made the contract himself, and it was like.
Yeah, you thought he wrote it out himself.
It was really weird. Anyways, so
I thought he just wrote his own check. Like.
He's actually a lawyer.
I got Tyree Kill at 3, Julio Jones at 4. Like those are obvious picks. Yeah. And then at 5, I actually have Cooper Kupp.
Dude, I think he's fucking delusional.
He's undervalued.
You're fucking delusional. No, you're fucking delusional. Not about Cooper Kupp. Devonte Adams is in your top 5.
No.
Are you smoking crack,
he's not
dude?
Mine.
No, he's not. No.
Well, shit.
Looking right now,
I might step off the scene.
I think I'm making friends with Sandy today.
Are you delusional? No. Why? Tell me why. Just tell me. I'm not even gonna get mad. I just want to understand why you didn't put him on there.
because the Packers will not be that good this year.
But he
Their
has so
team
many
total's
people to share the
9.
rock
They-
with,
I already
right?
hammered it this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
That
Plus money,
offense,
too.
Like I
Yeah.
think I just don't think he's up there with these guys.
that offense
That's why I
is
don't see
Aaron
it.
Rodgers and Devonte Adams, and there is nobody else.
Oh yeah, Aaron Jones, heard of him, buddy? He kind of led the league in touchdowns. But
I
then-
mean,
why don't you
receiving core. Okay,
why don't you read some
I'm
stats,
trying
bro?
to defend you, but whatever.
All I'm saying is that is
I don't
blasphemy. But we'll go to Avery. I hope he has him on
All
his
right.
list.
Whoa,
honorable mention, did you
Honorable mention is Tyler Boyd on the Bengals.
Didn't even give Devontae an honorable mention. That's insane, dude.
Well, it's an honorable mention. I'm not going to put a guy.
Honorable
who's-
mention's a guy who missed the top 5, who'd be
That's
like
your
6
number
or
6
7.
guy, yeah.
Honorable mention is a guy I think could have a big year.
That's a sleeper, dude.
Well, it's a sleeper and honorable mention.
No, they're
It's both.
completely
It's a
different
mix.
terms. So when you slacked me this morning, for the record, he slacked me telling me, hey, Sandy, we have a podcast planned without you, but we'd like you to join. So here's what we're doing. We're doing top quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, blah, blah, blah. Pick your top 5. Picking sleeper / honorable mention.
It was your
buddy.
pick.
Those are 2 different things. Those are 2 different profiles. Your sleeper's the guy who no one sees, who really could have a good year. So that's what I did. That's who I picked my sleepers off of. But your honorable mention, your number 6, your number 7 guy out of the top 5. So make your fucking mind up, all right?
I am picking Tyler Boyd. I guess as a sleeper now. I guess I'm changing the sleeper.
Yes, he is.
I guess
A
so he's-
sleeper as a is a player
you.
pegged as a mid to late round draft selection.
Well, then
who
let's
we
search up
believe-
honorable mention if we're gonna do this.
I'm gonna do it.
Let's
Literally
just-
do it.
let's just not.
See what
Can
honorable-
you do us a favor, since this kid hasn't graduated yet, so don't blame him. He hasn't gone to Grammar 101, his freshman course. He must have skipped that one. Let's hear it.
He doesn't even wear glasses.
I do on this podcast.
What do you honorable? Let's look up honorable mention. It's just a common
Just
term.
search up definition.
Honorable mention. All right, what does it say? I can't read on bad eyes. Please enlighten us, Edward.
I'm over this.
It says
a commentation given to a candidate in an examination or competition, sports,
Yeah.
Yep.
who was not awarded a prize. It's like it's
Yeah,
an
so
honorable
you didn't make
mention.
the top 5, so
you
he's
didn't make
number
the
6.
top 5, but you were almost as good.
So
you were
we're
just
doing-
under.
So
I
just
was
make
wrong.
sure
I
you
was wrong.
clarify. All right,
I was
thank
wrong.
you. All right, thank you.
Moving along, Avery.
All right. You're done, Jer?
Yeah,
I'm done.
Yeah,
All right.
he's done.
Sorry about that, buddy.
Canceled.
Number 1, Michael Thomas. No brain pick for me in PPR league. Set the record for most receptions in a year. And with the offense is not changing that much, you just still get a shit ton of targets. And he went to Ohio State. Number 2, Tyreek Kill. Guaranteed to take the top off of defense at least once per game. I think you get a lot of points from that. One of the most explosive players in the league. Not as consistent as Michael Thomas, but I think he has a chance for a huge fantasy output. Number 3, Deandre Hopkins, one of the best receivers in the league, obviously. He's put into an explosive position there in Arizona. And I think they're pretty thin at the tight end position, so he's going to get a majority of the target in that offense.
Yep.
I know you like their tight end, though,
I
Jared.
do like their tight end.
Number 4, a little off the board, Kenny Gallaudet.
I like him.
Matt Stafford can stay healthy. I really like Gallaudet
He's a
this
fantasy
year.
machine. He
Absolutely,
has been the last few years.
absolutely.
I like
He's kind of
that.
hurt right now, so he's banged up. But he's a great receiver in an offense that should be exciting for the first time in years. And the progression of T.J. Hawkinson at tight end, I think,
Love him too.
I think it should open it up a little bit. Look for them to put up more points than usual. And number 5, Julio Jones. I don't think the Falcons are going to be great this year, but he's one player who's so consistent. He can always be counted on that offense. They're not great in the red zone, but I think he should get a lot of the targets.
Yeah.
My sleeper pick is Terry McLaurin from Washington. He had good end of the year last
Dude,
year.
we have this. I picked the same sleeper. I love
Jesus
Terry, bro.
Christ.
Scary Terry.
Scary Terry. Also went to Ohio State.
Yeah.
Big on him. I just expect him to have a good year.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Next, my number 1 receiver
Oh, here we go.
on my list is Devonte Adams, and I say that with pride because if you look at Devonte Adams, he doesn't have a core of receivers, and he's still putting up numbers. Last year, he was injured. People forget. Didn't have a great year. Rodgers was off. Bad year for Rodgers last year.
I have those numbers. Go on, though.
All right, you have him. All right. I thought you were in my corner, buddy.
I am.
Anyways, he's a touchdown machine. He's going to get goal line targets. For fantasy purposes, I love him at number 1. Rodgers going to have a bounce back year this year for sure. I put an MVP prop for him. It's a far shot. The odds are insane. But I really like the Packers this year overall. I'm a fan. But I think Devontae is my number 1 on my list. Michael Thomas, number 2 slot, for all the reasons you guys stated. I think it's a no-brainer. I don't know if it's you or one of you two said that he's going to have a down year. I think he still gets as many targets, if not more, than he did last year. He's the focus of the offense. He
No,
is.
but yeah, Kamara's healthy now. He's going to get
good. Then it'll open up for him. Now Kamara's more of an eyesight for the defense. They're more worried about Kamara catching a pass. And
what
now it
about
opens up for
Sanders?
Michael Thomas and Emmanuel underneath. There we go.
That,
We're
free,
good.
that safety's
Michael
looking out for
Thomas is
Sanders as well.
Michael
Catcher.
Thomas is that's exact. Thank you, Avery. Thank you. You're
We'll
proving my
see.
point.
We'll see.
As I said, I think he's going to get a lot of targets this year, and it will be wide open for him. So my number 3 is Julio Jones. No brainer there. He's pretty much a top 5 wideout every single year. He's a beast. I got DeAndre Hopkins at my 4 slot. I love him this year for fantasy and just for winning. I think they're going to be a way better squad, even though they're in a very, very tough division. But I think he'll put up great numbers overall, him and Kyler together. And then my 5 spot, Tyree Kill. I tried to keep him out of my top 5. I just couldn't come to it. I think he's going to have, you can't, that guy's a track star out there. He's going to catch deep balls. He'll put you up points every week. So riding him to the 5th spot. And then my sleeper, you stole it right out of my mouth, but Terry McLaurin, I love him. I think the Washington football team is going to be good this year. I think they won't be great, but they'll be better than they were. I think Haskins has a good year, bounce back years.
Great D-line.
Yeah, first year starting. I think first full year starting. I think he'll have a really good year. So I like Terry McLaurin there in the sleeper spot. Devin, enlighten us.
Yeah.
Give me your stats. I want to hear your stats.
Okay. So I have my number 1 is Devonte Adams.
Guy who knows his stuff. Literally, thank you. Keep going.
And for the same reason that you kind of mentioned, it's the stats game. Was he injured?
Yes,
he was injured. Right?
And Rodgers was injured too.
I wasn't sure exactly what was wrong with him, but I noticed that he only played 12 games last year. 1,000 yards, 80 catches, and he's got 4 more games to add to that. What was
He's insane.
I'm just trying to think. He could get up there like top 3 in receptions, and 4 more games. That's easily eclipsing 50.
He led the touchdowns the year before too. I guess we're not counting that, but if anyone knows stats like I do, he's top. He's top.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think there's any way that Adams doesn't become number 1 in the entire league. When I said that there's nobody else in that offense, I meant in terms of distribution with wide receivers. I mean, like who's his number 2 on that team, Sandy?
Alan Lazard.
Devontae
but so
Scantling's
what
in there
if-
too.
what
Dalvin
if-
Scantling's a 3. Alan
What if
Lazard's
teams start
2.
double teaming him? Which
They
they
do.
probably do, but
Aaron
they can
Jones,
even
matter.
dude.
It doesn't matter.
Everyone's
They said
defense
that-
is just going to be.
Dude, what do you mean? It's nothing different from last year. It's the same team. You just heard the
I think
numbers.
it's going to be
you just
even
heard
more
the
though.
numbers. You
Yeah,
just
I know,
literally
but
heard
I
the
can't-
numbers.
I don't know. I can't see like someone's going to find a way to stop him. I mean, that's all they got. And Aaron Jones, but no, like.
What do you mean? And Aaron Jones just led the league in touchdowns last year,
Who
as I
is
said.
Lazard? Like I remember he had like 1 good game last
Alan
year.
Lazard, he's a undrafted guy.
They're
He's
going to
actually
find
good.
out very quick that you can't disrespect Alan Lazard. He will catch a football. He's not going to drop anything. And as soon as
I agree with your take there, but
Yeah, I think though. Don't
Dude.
you think though defenses are gonna start to like be like, all we have to do is stop Devontae? Like
No,
absolutely
let's just
not.
no. You don't think he?
because Aaron Jones was that offense last year. Whenever there was no Devonte Adams,
Because I think it was a little bit of what happened with Hopkins last year. Was defenses were starting to adjust to that offense where they were just surrounding around Hopkins and Watson had to go elsewhere.
That's why
And-
Will Fuller was so valuable last
Yeah.
year.
I don't think we'll have any trouble with that. Aaron Rodgers is just going to throw over their heads anyway, so it'll just be up to Adams to get there. I have Michael Thomas at my number 2. Again, same reason as you all went through. I think he regresses in receptions. 150 is wild.
The best ever.
Literally the best ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So I mean, like maybe he gets like 10, 15 less, but I don't think there's any worry that he doesn't get in that top 3 spot. My number 3 is Kenny Gallaudet.
I like Kenny Gallaudet.
He played 8 games last year with a starting quarterback and led the league in touchdowns, in receiving touchdowns. I don't know, Stafford, he's going to sling it out to him all day long because Marvin Jones is kind of regressing as well. Hawkinson could steal a little bit of that away, and I know that they drafted a running back that could take some receptions as well, but I mean, Galladay's kind of got it all going on for him. He only had 65 catches last year, went for 1,200 yards.
Wow.
This guy's going to get 40 more catches this year. He's going to look at Michael Thomas's numbers from last year, I think. Number 4, I have Julio. Same reason I picked Matty Ice when we were talking about quarterbacks. I just think that's a consistent offense. You can't not pick that guy if he's there. And he missed out on the top 3 before him. And then my number 5 is DJ Moore. He showed us a lot last year.
He's good.
He showed us a lot last year. I know it's surprising. I think he does a lot better with Bridgewater than he does Kyle Allen.
It's insane. He's in the top 5.
Bridgewater.
I don't. If he doesn't make the top 5 at the end of the year, I'm not pissed about it. But I had to throw him in there because I really like him, and I'll draft him every single time. That's another guy, 87 catches, 1,200 yards with Kyle Allen. So And just to throw it out there, I'm going to go back to my, I'm not sure why I need to do this, but my sleeper pick. Anybody know?
Cooper Kupp.
Denzel Mims.
Denzel Mims.
He loves him, dude.
Listen up.
Is there any reason why you love that guy?
Yeah, every episode it's always Denzel Mims. This
Jailer
that.
Bears.
For the same reason that I drafted in my Dynasty League Cooper Kupp like 4 years ago, before he was even drafted, Denzel Mims only makes hands catches. He can get up in the air. Like this guy,
Scout over here.
Yeah.
oh, that's what you look for, right?
You were on his huddle profile.
He starts actually recruiting in high school, so he knows for his fantasy league.
I have a lot of free time.
That's
There's
dedication.
not a lot of distribution in that offense in terms of wide receivers, and I think Sam Darnold is a good quarterback. He's sharing the rock with Crowder, Hogan, and Perryman. Like, I mean, he's a second-round pick. He is good. That's why they took him in the second round. So I think as soon as week 1 comes around and he gets a few balls in his hands, they'll like him even more for the same reason that Washington found a liking with Mclaren last year.
Yeah, interesting pick. I like it. I like you're a fanboy, and let's see how it goes. Hey, never know. Anything could happen. That's why he's a sleeper pick, right? So just before we move on, just so you know, Devonte Adams had 35 touchdowns in the last 3 seasons. Is that good? 35? It's pretty.
An average of 11
A year.
and a half.
He led the league in 2018, just so you know. But yeah, we're not counting that. I guess we don't look at stats.
I
when we
mean,
make
being
our
a
list.
top, like, he's up there, obviously.
He's not in your top 5, buddy.
Or
yeah,
six.
but top 5, like, those are top 5.
He's not your honorable mention either.
It was sleeper. Got
anyways.
changed. Okay, tight ends. Let's whip through these.
Yeah, whip through it quick.
I got Kittle at 1 this year. I think he's gonna have a better year. I got Kelsey at 2. Oh, he's so good that those two.
Do you go Kittle, Kelsey, Andrews? That's what I have.
I don't. I have Andrews at 4. I'm big on Hooper this year. Is that even how you say his last
Austin
name?
Hooper, yeah, he's a
Okay.
beast on the Browns.
I think
Big
Baker.
signing
That's not a tough one to
I like
pronounce.
Baker.
Baker liked using a tight end in
English name.
college, and I think Hooper's gonna have a big year.
He's a body.
And
too.
I have at 5, I have Hunter Henry on the Chargers.
I like
if he's
him
healthy,
too.
he's good.
Yeah.
And sleeper, I got Dan Arnold.
Fuck yeah!
You got
yes!
him too?
No, but I love Dan Arnold.
That's a little
There's
random,
a clip. There's our clip.
but
All right.
okay.
Abe, rip it. We're moving.
Okay,
through this.
Travis Kelce, George Kittle, 3 Noah Fant. Great rookie season. I think
him too.
Finally some consistency there. The Broncos. Darren Waller, number 4, and Mark Andrews, number 5. And my honorable mention is Gronk, just because.
Yeah, why not?
It's Gronk.
All right, so my top 5, I'm going Kittle and Kelsey. So Kittle number 1, Kelsey 2. I think you can go 1, 2 with those guys pretty easily. I went Mark Andrews number 3. It's kind of an easy 1, 2, 3 there. I like Darren Waller at the 4 spot. That's my 4. I think he's going to open it up in Las Vegas this year. Can't believe that's a team now, but that's sick. And then I also have Hunter Henry at my 5 spot. And my sleeper is going to be Noah Fant. It's not really a sleeper. I mean, he hasn't really had a breakout year.
No.
But I
Only
think
had 40 catches
I
last year.
watched. I guess it's pretty solid. But I watched a NFL Network segment this morning. They're going to play him at receiver actually out wide a lot. So that's why I like him.
He's a big body.
Dude, he's a fucking athletic down the field guy.
There's
He's
so
vertical.
many receivers in that offense.
I wrote it down that the
Yeah.
offense has him lining up in the slot and out
Thank you.
wide.
See, so 2 guys actually watch football and actually understand it. So that's why I like him as my sleeper. I think he has a blow up year here this year. All right, we gave our top 5. We gave our sleepers for QB, running back, wide receiver, tight
There's
end.
nobody that you guys said that I don't have. I have Ertz at 5, but
Let's go to NFC AFC Division Winners. We'll also give a Super Bowl pick at the end. But
pick.
let's start. Here's how we're going to do this, though. Let's structure it this way. We're going to start with the NFC East. Let's all say who we had winning that division.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
what? Oh, Cowboys. Sorry,
All
Cowboys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck. I wish I could go back 5 seconds and take fucking
I would
Eagles or
I
someone
would
else. I
not
don't
be
know.
surprised if nobody else in that division goes above 500.
Yeah, I mean, it usually happens.
Yeah.
Usually all of them used to be, remember?
Yeah, I think the
just the
Cowboys, new
Cowboys who
coach.
run
I think
with
they're
it.
going to be solid as hell this year. All right, NFC West.
I got the Cardinals winning.
Seahawks.
Hawks.
49ers.
That's a good division, though.
That is
I
a
like
good.
that.
That's a
Stacked
great. That's going to be a fun division
Yeah.
to watch. I think. I don't think any of those picks, other than yours, they could be a.
No, but I think anyone could really win that division.
I don't know.
To be honest.
I don't know enough about the Cardinals like defensively, honestly, to make that
I
pick.
think
but
it's like a toss-up.
I just
There's
see the
nothing to know about the
division.
Cards defense because they've
That's what
fucking
I'm
Isaiah
saying. Like, do you think
Simmons.
the
I have 3
49ers
other teams coming out of that.
Realistically, though, like the 49ers, you
Patrick Peterson
really think
suspended,
like
too.
they're going to go past the 49ers and win the division?
I don't have the 49ers making the playoffs this year.
What?
Okay, that's a
That's my take of that's my hot take.
Let's wait and let's get to that.
Yeah, let's get to that.
Let's revisit
Boiling.
that.
All right. Who'd you guys have? We already said your division for West. So let's do North now. NFC North.
I have the Packers winning.
Packers.
Yep.
Packers. Wow. Oh, I thought one of you guys would have the Vikings, but
I think they're.
I thought about the Vikings.
Vikings
but
are
I
fake
think-
news. Packers
I think
own
that
them.
the Diggs is a bigger deal than people think he is.
They also have Justin Jefferson. I think he'll get in the offense. He'll be good.
He'll
though.
have to get in the offense because.
But still,
past
I think the
stealing.
Pack get it done. I think they smashed that over 9 at plus money. I think I'm taking that to the bank already. So, NFC South. This should be a good one.
Saints.
Bucks.
Saints.
Saints. I had Bucks were one of my wild card teams, but dude, the Saints. This is their year. I think this is the one year they got in terms of like with Drew, everything going on with him.
There's not a weak spot on that team.
Yeah, they got Kamara. I guess they got the receivers. The defense is nasty too. The linebacking core. I mean, they're going to be a team to watch this year for sure. So not surprised by those picks there. NFC wildcard, 3 teams. Who'd you guys have? Name them.
Bucks, Seahawks, and Rams.
Close to me.
Niners, Saints, Eagles.
Niners, Falcons, Bucks.
I had the Vikings, the Seahawks, and the Bucks. So Seahawks, Bucks were popular. Did you have? Who'd you had? You had Seahawks, Bucks.
I had Seahawks, but the Rams were kind of my pick that they
That
could
division's
surprise.
nasty.
Yeah.
And then Eagles was my off the board kind of.
Would you have? Do you have Seahawks and Bucks?
No, I had Niners, Bucks.
Niners, Bucks. Okay. Yeah. I had Niners win. Who'd you have winning the West then? The Seahawks. Oh, you had the Hawks winning.
the
Yeah, okay,
Seahawks,
got it. Okay. Good. Okay. That's the NFC. Let's go over to the AFC East. Start there. Jeremy, you're gonna love me for this one. I took the Bills. I think it's obviously.
I think it's
division.
obviously the Bills.
It's theirs to lose. I don't think they're gonna for sure win. It's theirs to lose though.
Bills.
Cam Newton could be scary, but I took the Bills as well. Honestly, I think he could be really good.
I do too. I think.
I do think he could be good, but
I don't know.
Like
that-
really good.
I saw a stat
Like
that he
better
made,
than Brady in that
He made
offense.
less than
Who do they
50% of his
even-
passes.
Yeah, his
in training
accuracy
camp.
issues. His accuracy issues have always been a problem. But anyways, I think
He's got like 6 running backs, but
we're all aligned there. Let's do our AFC West here. I had the Chiefs.
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 right, like
Yeah, can't go wrong. Bills. We're pretty close on that one. AFC North.
I have the Ravens, but I was so tempted to do Browns to surprise people.
I love the
I
Browns
was
this
surprised,
year.
like just surprised the Ravens. Like I think they're gonna have a good year, but the Ravens are so good.
was this 2019? We
I
like
have-
the Browns again? Or
I
what?
have the Ravens tentatively on this one, but I also have 3 teams from the AFC North making the playoffs.
Really?
As
Yes.
do I.
That too.
Yeah. So go ahead, Ave. Tell me yours.
Yeah, Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens.
Yeah, okay.
obviously.
AFC South, and let's talk wild cards. So the AFC South, I had the Colts.
Yeah, the Colts too.
Titans.
Texans.
Nice little split here. So I like the Colts this year. I hate betting on Phil Rivers. I mean, I can't. It makes me uneasy, but I think they're solid all around. Their defense is good. They got Jonathan Taylor's going to town now over there, and they got wideouts. They got Ty still going strong. I like them this year. I think this is their year to do it in the division, but who knows? The Texans, dude, they don't have a full team, I don't think, in my eyes, but they had Deshaun Watson. That guy's going to be in the conversation, so don't go wrong with those picks. Why'd you guys pick yours? Why'd you guys think? You had the Colts, so you don't have to repeat.
Yeah.
But what about you?
I think the Titans, they're just going to roll from last year. They found something that was successful. Jadeveon Clowney just signed there. I think they're just going to roll.
You're betting on Tannehill?
Yeah. I'm not betting on Tannehill. I'm betting on Derrick Henry.
Fair enough. That's what they rode him through the playoffs last year.
They
so.
found something that was successful, and they'd be dumb as fuck to go away from that.
Yeah.
But you know that they will.
Obviously.
Henry always
I think
starts slow.
they're going to be
but-
hot at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Like they'll cool down. They won't make that push in the playoffs like they did, but I think they'll get there.
Yeah.
I took the Texans. I think that just it's the Deshaun Watson show. I don't think he likes being the number 3 in the AFC behind Mahomes and Jackson. So I think he wants to prove that he earned his money. And I don't like the loss of Hopkins is a really big deal. Like you can't overstate that enough. But I think that they'll be fine in that offense. I mean, with Fuller and Cobb and Stills, they have Stills as well. I mean, there's a lot going on there. He uses his tight ends well, and David Johnson could have a big comeback year. So that's why I took Houston. I don't think Tennessee has a good year at all. For some reason, I have them as a wild card, but Ryan Tannehill. Out.
Anyways, let's go. Did you guys? We didn't say wild cards yet, did we?
Not yet.
No.
So for my wild card, I had the Browns, the Steelers. I love the Steelers this year too. Bounce back year for Big Ben. And I had the Texans.
Okay.
So that's my wild card.
I got the Browns, the Steelers, and the Chargers.
Patriots, Browns, Steelers.
Patriots, Browns, Titans.
I can't believe I left the Patriots off the list. It's so hard for me to leave
Patriots,
Bill
yeah.
Belichick out of the playoffs. You literally fucking can't. I don't care if he has fucking 11 Helen Kellers on the offense. He'll still find a way to make the playoffs.
You gotta look your way around the AFC and the other teams that are there. And like, I mean, the Jets, Dolphins, Jags. I don't like the Chargers. The Raiders. I mean, like, you don't have to get 10 wins to get a wild card spot.
No, it's going to be.
So
It's an extra spot this year.
Yeah,
I just found
totally
that out
agree
an hour
with that.
before this podcast.
Yeah.
But
it was tough picking that last wild card spot, to be honest.
all right, let's do Super Bowl matchups. Wrap this up.
Okay.
Who do you have,
I
Jared?
have Buffalo Bills against the Saints.
This fucking kid.
That's what I
It's
got.
like this
And I
biased
think you
biased
know,
mainstream
I am a
media
Bills
over here.
fan. Obviously, I do think the
did
Saints.
you take the Saints after saying that the Saints are going to have a down year?
No. I said that Michael Thomas won't be
Yeah, you said
targeted
they are
as
good.
much.
No, you did
I
say
said
that.
Okay.
they're a better team. That's why I don't think he's going to be targeted as much.
Who did you have, Dave?
But I have
Who's
the
your
Saints
winner?
winning.
Saints winning, okay.
But
What
I
about you,
have
Abe?
the Seahawks and the Ravens,
Shit.
and I have the
who you had
Seahawks
too.
winning.
Yeah, the Ravens winning though, but yeah, I have Ravens Seahawks.
I wrote down Ravens winning, but I changed my mind. Just
I have in the AFC, I have the Ravens as well, reluctantly.
yeah.
In the NFC, I have the Packers, and I have the Packers winning it all, baby. Ride it to the promised land. I'm biased. Fuck the haters. I'm
One
taking
receiver.
Dude, I can't wait. Dude, I cannot wait until Monday morning. I'm gonna roll in after we beat the Vikings. We're plus odds too, by the way.
Yeah.
Plus odds. Take it if you like money. I'm gonna be up in your office Monday or your intern cave. And I'm gonna be letting you know when Adams puts up 100 yards and a touchdown, maybe 2.
Okay.
You'll hear me. You'll hear a lot from me. So, do we have anything else we wanted to cover today? That's what I had on my list.
Is there anything else?
Any other insider
so.
info? You
I think
guys?
we- I
Any
think we had-
bets we like tonight?
I
Let's
think we
talk.
had to talk about something else, but
Yeah.
I don't know how that flew.
we
I
have
don't
we
know
have a
how Eddie's gonna
segment
feel.
planned.
You do it planned or just gonna wing it?
We could cut it if it's too much, but it was player that you think would get COVID during the year.
Dude. All right, we're not rolling that. We can just roll through that. Eddie, I wish you could see Eddie's face. Most likely
had
to go
some
to a
good-
strip joint during
Yeah, we
the
had
season.
some good names for that one for sure.
Oh yeah, let's talk bets really quickly, then we'll wrap it up for tonight. Do you guys have any action on the Texans Chiefs game?
I do not, but I do like the Chiefs.
Do you like the Chiefs? Do you like them to cover? Or you like them just to win straight up?
I think I like them. What is the spread right now?
It's -9 right now. Chiefs.
I think I like the Texans to cover there.
Chiefs -10, no brainer.
I took the Chiefs -10 when they were out a week ago. The line dropped to 9, which I don't love. But I'm obviously bought in already. If I could redo it, I would maybe lean Texans. But I think the Chiefs, I think they're going to win the game. It's going to be a toss-up. I think it's going to be a shootout in the fourth, as in lots of points will be scored. I am leaning first half under, which I do like. First half unders. I know over smash week 1, but I'm fading the public today, and I'm taking the first half under as well, which is my favorite bet tonight. Anything from you?
I have the Texans to cover and the over for the game.
Nice. Okay. So we're kind of all over the place here, like that, little back and forth. We will be back. We'll report on how we did, obviously, in the next episode. Other than that, great episode, boys. We got our NFL insiders in the suits tonight. Look at these guys. I mean, they came to play today. We got this guy over here taking notes like it's his job. You love to see it, boys. Thank you for joining us. We
was
will
fun.
see you guys next time.